Hey all, so a viewer asked me to give my thoughts on the Springfield Prodigy. So let's get into it. Now, if you like this content, like, sub, shares, all that good stuff, I really appreciate it. Helps out the channel, so thank you. Also down below, coupon codes, merch, and everything available. Also helps support the channel as well, so thank you. So, the Springfield Prodigy. I got asked about this a little bit ago, and it's funny because I've actually been doing a lot of research on 2011s. I say 2011, I know apparently one of the companies that makes them has kind of like claimed the phrase 2011. I'm going to use the phrase 2011 because it's a lot easier than saying, double stack 9mm 1911. So I'm going to go with it. Um, so the Prodigy is, well, it's just that. It's a double stack 9mm 1911. I believe it holds 17 rounds with the standard mag. You can of course get higher capacity, but that's basically what it is. Now, over the past few years, there's been a bunch of companies coming out with them. The Prodigy is kind of on the lower end cost-wise, about 1,500 bucks if what I've looked up is correct, and that's actually pretty good considering a staccato is, I think, they start at like 2 grand. So, what do you get? Well, it's a neat looking gun. Has an optics plate, which is nice. I like the ability to put a red dot on. Although for me, if this is something I was going to carry, I probably don't know. I don't probably wouldn't put a red dot on it just because it's already a pretty big gun. It is a full size 1911 after all. For me, I probably wouldn't use that unless it's a range toy. I think at the moment you can kind of only put. They have like a proprietary red dot I think that goes on it, Dragonfly or something. Don't quote me on that. But I think they are, companies are working on other plates. They might already be out. Again, I haven't looked too much into the red dot aspect of it, but it is optics cut from the factory, giving you that option. I like it. I think it's a well-equipped gun, ambidextrous safety, which isn't for me, but a lot of people like. Now, here's where it kind of gets mixed. So I've done a lot of research, and it seems like they're having a lot of trouble with these guns. Apparently, you hear a lot online about a 500 round break in. Some people say that after the 500 round break in, it's good. Um, 1911 sometimes need break ins. I know obviously everybody wants their gun to function out of the box perfectly, and I'm not even saying it shouldn't. You know what? I had a Colt Delta Elite that I had to do break in. I had to, I was taking it to the range and the slide kept jamming into the frame. Like it basically would lock up and I'd have to like take apart the gun halfway just to bang loose the frame. And I was really irritated with it because Delta Elites are not cheap, and I ended up taking it home using some mother's polish and racking the slide a few hundred times manually, and it's been good ever since. So a break-in period for a 1911 is not the end of the world, but other people are saying it's more than that. A lot of people are saying that basically the magazines aren't that good, that the bullets are nose diving into the feed ramp, and that you have to fix that with staccato mags. Now, staccato mags are 60, 70 bucks. So they're not cheap. And while I can understand if you've already got one of these guns and that fixes the problem, hey, 60 bucks to fix a $1,500 gun isn't the end of the world, but it is kind of annoying that you might have to do that because their magazines aren't the best quality from the factory. I've heard different things like that. I've heard different people have fixed the reliability issues via putting in a 13-pound spring. I believe apparently they come from the factory with a 9-pound spring. So apparently going to I guess a 12 or a 13 has fixed that, fixed some of the reliability issues. All these things don't sound terrible, but at the end of the day, it does kind of worry me that a lot of people are having problems with the gun and have kind of had to problem solve to get them to run correctly. Again, I realize a $1,500 2011 is not a terribly expensive 2011, but in the world of buying guns, it's definitely an expensive gun. Um, you can get a lot of gun for 1,500 bucks. So to basically pay for a Springfield, which I don't consider Springfield a budget company, but it's definitely not a premium company, and they've had their fair share of controversy that I won't go into today. So to spend $1,500 on a Springfield, I kind of expect it to work. Again, I don't have one. I've never shot one. So, I have just what I've learned, just what I've heard from other people. So that's what I'm going off of. So I think it's a really neat idea. I love the 2011 concept. Would I buy one? That's a tough one because honestly, like I said, you hear a few people that love them that have had no issue. You hear a lot of people that said they had issues with theirs and they either, corrected it themselves via, changing out parts or, manually cycling it to break it in, or sending it back to Springfield and then it would come back and be good. So you hear, it does seem like once you get past the original hiccups, the guns seem to run really well. But, again, that's a gamble. It's a gamble that you're going to get one that's either good or that can be easily fixed without a bunch of headaches. So would I buy one? Honestly, I can't say. I think it would honestly depend upon what financial shape I was in and if I had time to monkey around with it and see to it that it ran good. But that's my quick thoughts on the Springfield Prodigy. I think it's a neat concept. I want to see more companies put out a 2011, or I really want to see Ruger put one out because in my experience, Ruger seems to put out pretty good, solid stuff that usually works. I'm sure there's someone that's going to be like, Ruger's crap. Well, I've had really good luck with Ruger, better than Smith & Wesson, better than a lot of other companies out there. I would like to see what Ruger does if they do one and what the price point would be because they're usually not terribly expensive. But that's my quick thoughts on the Springfield Prodigy. Put down below. Do you have one? Does it run good? Did you have issues? What do you think? Is it worth the $1,500, or should someone just go and buy the Staccato? But put down below what you think, and have a good day.